Michael Yo.
The Michael Yo Show. Celebrities.
To be honest, I don't like male strippers.
Pop culture. And comedy.
That's what I'm trying to do, is streamline this whole thing into a cult.
Plus, 10 things you should know with Yo. The Michael Yo Show starts now.
Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo hanging out in the studio. Okay, subscribe, rate, and review. I am talking to you. If you like the podcast, please subscribe, rate, and review. Daddy got another baby coming. I need to pay some bills. Bring it on. Subscribe, rate, and review. All right, also, just a quick reminder, this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will be in Chicago at the Chicago Improv. I'm bringing my boy Leo Flowers. It's going to be off the chain, off the hook. We want to see you there. All the info, michaelyo.com. Right now, I am so excited to have in the studio my boy Shapel Lacey. What's up, my man?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, so
Extra good.
LA, you've been here a year and 5 months, and you've already accomplished more than some comedians have in 15 years. What's going on, Shapel? How are you doing this, man?
Oh, man. You know what? I get a lot of people that ask me this question.
Well, I would imagine because so many people move somewhere and it's tough to get stage time. It's tough to get this. It's tough to get that. But literally in a year and 5 months, you're doing development spots at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
You're touring with some of the biggest comedians in the world. You got a little TV gig on E you're doing. And, you know, I'm just wondering for the people that are hating out there, you know, the people that are like, you know, F. Shapel Lacey, I've been here for 15 years. I'm not talking about myself, but I know in the streets.
Oh, you are totally right.
So how have you think you've navigated it to be good?
Well, you know what? I moved out to LA with the mentality, like, because a lot of people move out here thinking they know. I got rid of that. I was like, I don't know anything. I'm going to just come out here and just, like, I put it down to the simplistic format of, I want to discover who I am. You know what I mean? So like I was doing comedy in Phoenix where we originally met.
Absolutely. You took my bags into my hotel room.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. First time I met Shapel Lacey and he goes, "Hey, I do comedy too."
Yeah.
Where would you like your bags, Mr. Yo? But it's amazing that was probably like 3-4 years ago. And you were at the hotel right across the street. That's where they put all the comics for Stand Up Live.
Yes.
And that's where you would do your open mics, and that's how you got spots.
Yeah.
Right over there, right?
Yep.
So it was interesting. So you met every comedian that came to town and built relationships like that as well, working in that hotel, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, and a lot of them was just like authentic conversations, and you know, like I would drop that in there, but I wasn't like,
no, you were never aggressive about it.
Never aggressive about it. And a lot of times people would throw me up, like you.
Yep, I threw you up.
See, you did it. Brian Callen, Matthew Broussard, Bill Burr. You know what I mean? Like all y'all like just showed me love in such like a cool way.
See, because I think you weren't like, I'm a comic, put me on. You were just like, oh, if it came up naturally, oh, I do comedy too.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I heard that, I was like, shoot, well, you going up. I just, I was like, because why not? Because my thing is I try to help everybody out. You know, I have no ego in the game. I bring people that crush because I know it just makes the whole show better and it makes me better.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care who before, you know, that's the thing is I think a lot of comedians get in the game. They go, I got to be the best. It's like, no, you just got to be the best to your people.
Yes.
You know,
you really do. Like everyone's trying to like go like, oh, I see this person do this. I need to do this. And it's like, no, you need to understand you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about your story, man. You were a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And like a big time cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like in college or high school?
So in high school, I did competitive cheer, which was just like club. And then in college is when I did like the school cheer.
What made you want to, like, cause you're a big dude. Were you not good in sports?
You know, I never had an interest in sports.
Really?
I was really, I mean, I loved skateboarding. I loved, I was playing in a punk rock band, you know, we didn't get too far.
All right.
But I was into like that stuff, you know what I mean? Cause Arizona is like, it's pretty boring. And you got to create your own fun. And it's like, it's easy to go out and play football, play basketball and baseball. But like, I was always.
But were you good at it? Cause I'm sure you tried.
Good at what?
Good at football, basketball.
No.
Okay. So that's another reason you didn't play, because you weren't good at them.
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And I think I could have if I had like an interest for it, but I was just like,
yeah.
I would get so frustrated, like, you know, with a lot of the stuff. So I was just like, you know, I don't want to do this. But
so what got you in the cheer then?
So the cheerleading actually makes perfect sense. So when I was younger,
you like white women. That's why it makes it. Okay, I got you. I already know where this story is. So when I was young,
I know, right?
There were nothing but white people around in Phoenix. I already know. So how can I get close to being a cheerleader? But please go on with your version of my story.
Right? So I would watch a lot of martial art films. Like I was a geek for those. You know what I mean? And they would do a lot of flips and like crazy flips in those films. So when I was younger, like after I would watch a film, I'd go outside and I'd just start flipping off stuff like a park bench.
Okay.
And I would just do it. And then I just got good at like doing flips. Well, fast forward to, so that was around the time I was like 5, 6. And then fast forward to when I was 15, I was playing in this band, and my drummer's sister was a cheerleader, and I had a crush on her.
There it is. Was she white?
She's Mexican.
Oh, okay. All right. My story's a little off. Okay. All right. I was a little off.
And so she was like, "You want to join cheer?" And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah."
Just to be closer to her.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I just got really good at it though. I know. It was like nuts. Like I just got like, you know, they considered me like one of the like probably like top 10, top 5 cheerleaders in the country for like
in
a
the
while.
country.
Yeah.
What made you so good?
You know, it's because, okay, so I love making people eat their words. Right. And when I first joined, they were like, "Oh, he'll never be good at this."
Were they saying that, you think, because it's mostly racist? Like going, like, he's a black dude, he's not going to be a cheerleader.
No, not even that. It was just my ability. Like I moved awkwardly. So like the way they looked at me, they were like, "Oh, he's," you know, like it's like a football coach can tell, like, you know, like, he's just not right for that spot. You could just. So
it had
tell.
nothing to do with race or ethnicity. You just were awkward.
I was just awkward.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause like cheerleading, like you have to be like, you know, pretty like, kind of like
coordinated, right?
Yeah, pretty coordinated. Cause a lot of the body movement, like you're moving your body in ways that like you normally don't. You know what I mean?
All right, let's get to this. So you're a cheerleader. You're making people eat their words.
Yeah.
And you're holding girls by the butt, like up in the air.
Well,
right? Isn't it?
But feet.
No, you hold them like this.
Yeah. That's just one move.
But most of the time, so you could hold them with one arm. Wow. So you had to work out a lot.
No, I didn't work out at all.
Really? Are they that light?
Yeah, it's just like, yes.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
You're a cheerleader, you're top 5.
Shout out to the big girls though.
Big girls crew, what up? So you're a cheerleader, top 5, top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
Man, so many cheerleaders must have wanted to hook up with you because you were that dude. Yeah? I mean, did you date a lot of cheerleaders?
No, my first relationship is this year.
Okay, so, well, I'm not talking about relationships. Did you hook up with a lot of cheerleaders?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that comes with the territory.
Okay.
But yeah, it was, I mean, yeah.
They were like, "Oh, Chappelle, we love you.
Yeah.
You top 5 in the country. You top 5 in the country. We love you, Shapel Lacey."
But I've never been a dude that's like, "Oh, I got like."
No, you're not that dude.
Yeah, you can tell.
I play college football. I know how it works. You know what I mean? I would imagine you were a college football player, except you were that of the cheerleading world.
Yeah, and I've always just been a geek of being really good at stuff that I liked. So like that was always my focus, but like that would come along the way.
All right, so college is done, right? The cheerleading is done.
I dropped out.
You dropped out. What college did you go to?
Here's a funny story. So I was cheering at a junior college in Texas.
Which one?
It's in a small town. It was called Trinity Valley Community College.
Yeah.
Very, very small, like Athens, Texas. Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm from Texas. I know. Yeah. I've heard of.
So like like near Tyler, Texas.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
East Texas. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was cheering at a junior college out there. Well, I had got super drunk at a competition, and I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
But
no, I wouldn't think so.
And so I know. And so I wasn't allowed to try out again. So University of Louisville at the time had this program where you could go to the junior college and cheer for the university. It was like this transfer program.
You could cheer for the main university.
Yeah, cheer for the main university if you were going
in junior college.
Yes, because I didn't finish.
Now, when you get to that level, is there still tryouts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's still tryouts. And Louisville's like one of the most talented schools for cheerleading.
Now, when you got drunk, was it because you had problems going on in your life, or it was just a drunk night?
No,
you had problems. What was the problem?
A lot of it, man, was from my abusive stepfather growing up with him, and he was just he damaged me. Like I always tell people, like, yeah, the physical abuse was like hard too, but it was that verbal. That really got me.
What type of thing? He tried to tear you down, or was it just mean things?
It was just like
you'll never be nothing.
Yes, and just really embedded that in my brain. You know what I mean? Even though I would get talented at certain shit, I didn't feel like I didn't know my worth with it.
When you were talented as a cheerleader, would he still attack you on things?
Yeah,
saying that's a girl thing to do, and
He, all the gay stuff that you could say, he would call me, you know what I mean? I wasn't a real man, all this stuff, which, I mean, it was so weird. I still did this stuff, not to spite him. It was just the fact that I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I just like this. And I was like, I don't feel like I'm hurting anybody or anything like that. I was just like,
and you live with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So every night you had to come home to that.
I grew up with my biological mom and, stepfather. And then when I was 15, the owners of the cheerleading gym that I was cheering for, they started taking care of me.
Wow.
Yeah. But they didn't, so I was adopted into a white family. Yeah, it was them.
It was them. Okay.
Yeah. So they didn't know what was going on. They just knew I was troubled. They just knew there was something
So did they see? It's kind of like The Blind Side. They saw you were talented in cheering. Is that one of the main reasons they picked you up too?
It wasn't even that.
Or did they actually, even if they didn't know you from cheer, I guess the question is the whole question about The Blind Side, they just took him in because he played football.
Yeah. No, it wasn't even that. It was just, they just truly saw that you were
a good dude.
Yeah. They're like, man, he's a very quiet, but aggressive guy, but he's really a good guy. Uh-huh. They just saw a different side, understood a different side of me than most. Cause my adopted father, he was a teacher for years. You know what I mean? So he saw a lot of kids.
The
my
new
adopted
one.
father.
Okay,
yeah. So he saw a lot of kids come through, and he just understood right off the bat, and just understood this guy just needs help. You know what I mean? They never asked questions because I was very quiet very mysterious about a lot.
How long did it take you to get adjusted to
that? To live in with them? It took a little bit because it was.
What was the toughest thing about that?
The toughest thing was just I was like, oh man, I'm not with my siblings or my mom. You know what I mean? I didn't care to be with my stepfather.
Did it make you feel like your mom didn't want you, that she would let you get adopted by somebody else?
I blamed her for a while for a lot of the things that went down because she was with him, with my stepfather. So I blamed her for a lot, but it took me years to realize that, she was getting the damage too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? She was going through the struggle as well. So I for years, and it took me a long time to really realize that. It wasn't really until anger management that they let me know that, but I didn't really take it in because I was.
So you went to therapy as well for it?
I had to go to anger management in high school and in college.
Okay. So you were an angry dude that was a cheerleader.
Yes.
So basically cheering and different things you did would get that energy out of you so you wouldn't be as mad.
Man, it did a little dent. But it wasn't yeah.
So when you say you were angry, was this you would just start fights with people? You would?
Yeah. Because all I knew was violence.
Okay, from at home.
Yeah.
So would your dad beat you?
Yeah.
And hit you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever fight back?
I didn't. You know what I mean? But I got to a point to where I just started getting crazy, man. Like, I remember one time he came at me and I slammed my head into a wall because I was just like ready for it. You know what I mean? And then he backed up. So anytime he came at me, I would just boom.
Do something to yourself.
Yeah.
Because that would stop him from doing it too.
That would stop him from.
Were you bigger than him?
No.
Okay.
I was small.
All right. Is he still bigger than you today?
No.
Okay.
He's a big guy.
You could take him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on now.
I don't know. Shoot. He may have played pro football or something.
I know, right? Yeah.
6'7", 350. I ain't messing with that.
I know, right? Yeah.
All right. So you go through this. You have these problems at home. You become a cheerleader. He's making fun of you being a cheerleader.
He was making fun of me for all things.
For everything. For
like,
everything.
For being a black kid that listens to
rock music.
And like, I dealt with a lot with him with that, man. Like he
probably you don't sound black enough.
He ruled me out as being a black person.
Yeah, 100%.
And then at school, I was getting the same thing. It wasn't just black kids telling me you ain't black. It was every race.
Yeah.
They were all saying it. You know what I mean? And
because of what you liked.
Yeah. And I think I would have been able to handle that a lot easier if my folks taught me how to be comfortable in my own skin and be like, yo, you can't control what they say.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're perfect the way you are. You like this stuff? Go ahead and like it. You know what I mean? And I didn't really.
So you're getting it from both sides. You're getting from at home, and then when you go to school, you're getting the same. So
same treatment.
The people at school just reinforcing what your house is saying. So how are you not supposed to believe that,
dude? I went through the most massive identity crisis.
Oh, I could I went through an identity crisis too because I was the only mixed kid in school. So,
okay.
You know, I was nigga Chank. I was all kinds of, like, they call me all kinds of niggas. They're like nigga Chank. They had songs on nigga Chank, nigga Chank, nigga Chank, 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 nigga Chank. They're like, these fools went home and practiced songs about me.
Man, they was dropping hits on you.
Oh man, they were dropping rap hits back before. They were like, I would walk in, literally, they would all sing it.
Damn,
nigga Chank. That's what. And here's the thing. Back then, you know, NWA was big, different.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind the nigga part, but I wasn't a Chank. All right, I was not a Chank. I was Korean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chank is Chinese. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Get your Asian right.
Get it right.
If you're gonna make fun, get it right.
Yeah. Get it right.
You know, hey.
Yeah.
Nigerian. Now we rolling. You know, something like that. You know, Korean and that. Yes, we rolling. Yeah. But don't disrespect me by calling me nigga Chank.
Hey, get my Asian part right.
Get my Asian part. Don't disrespect the Asian part like that. So that's the only problem I have. But no,
that's hilarious.
I should bring that one on stage right there.
Yeah, you should.
That is great. But
dropping mixtapes about you.
I know mixtape. But that's the thing, man, is that, you know, you start believing what these kids are saying. Yep. And if you think about it, in hindsight, we're like 10 or 11. What the hell we know? Nothing.
Dude, nothing.
12, 13,
nothing.
14. Even if you're 18, you don't know shit compared to what you know now. So you go through that. What got you into comedy then? Like, did that happen in high school, college, or where?
That happened when I was in Louisville, Kentucky. And someone dared me to
That's
do
how
comedy.
it always starts.
Yeah, someone did. Because they were like, man, you're a funny guy. And like, I've always had like this bubbly personality, but it was a switch. Like, it could change like immediately. Like, to anger. Like, it was like a fucking light switch. Like, people, like, you say anything.
Do you still have anger problems?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
So I need to watch what I say.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're fine.
Because you're bigger than me.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's controlled.
Okay.
It's controlled.
Right now. It's controlled.
I work
right now.
So I journal intensely, so I work real hard on it.
Okay, good.
Because it's always there. It exists, but I just shift the energy. So when something makes me mad, I just shift it to something that like...
What do you shift it to?
Like anything, wherever I'm at in that moment, like if something's making me mad, like if I'm at home, I'll go clean.
Okay, you move that energy to something else.
The energy. And if I don't have my journal around me, which is where I turn to it most, then I'll like whatever I have in that moment, just like whatever I observe, I just get active with that.
What makes you angry now? What are the types of things that make you angry now?
The type of, and now it's not so much what people say about me. I guess the things that can make me mad now is more so in people when one doesn't understand individuality.
Okay.
And like when they throw their stuff on other people, and it's like, no, you're an individual. This has nothing to do with me. You're throwing this on me.
Give me an example.
When people like us say like a heckler, if they feel like you're saying something incorrect.
Got you.
That's them.
So you really get angry when somebody heckles you.
But I'm really good. So, but here's the thing. I break down people emotionally when they heckle me.
Okay.
Because when I do that, I'm letting them know really what you're doing.
Okay. I heckle you. You ain't funny. You would be like, what? Like on stage.
You ain't funny.
You're
So one time I was doing a show and this dude kept talking the whole time, and I kept having to like, hey man, and then this crowd of people started yelling at him, right? They started yelling at him and he was getting heated, and I was like, oh, I know this guy, because I could see him boil. I was like, I know this because I boil.
Yeah. So
he started boiling. And then he's just staring at me, aggressive. And I was like, he's going to come at me. He's not going to come at them because it's a big group. I was like all of this was calculated.
Yeah.
And then
while you're on stage doing your set, you can see all this. That's what I love about comedy. It's like you're a Spider-Man. You have all these senses you could be thinking about something totally different and doing your act.
And
that's what I love about it.
And they don't realize that.
No, they don't. They don't
realize that.
They have no idea.
And so he goes, why don't you say something funny? And the crowd was like, oh, when people, and I'm like, no, you don't. I was like, you don't have to do that, guys. It's okay. I was like, I prepare for these moments. And I was like, he would say something like that. He's the type of person to say something like that. So I set him up, right? Because I knew he was going to ask, like, he goes, well, how do you figure? And I was like, well, you're super insecure. I was like, you're super insecure. I was like, the fact that this group was yelling at you and you couldn't handle it, so you started boiling, and then you attacked me, the dude with the microphone that prepares for this stuff all the time, which was the wrong thing to do. And I was like, you have this mustache on your face that says, please pay attention to me. And when I said that, he just was like, wow. And then his girl tried to jump in. And she was like, well, I like his mustache. And I was like, I wasn't talking to you. This is about him. You know what I mean? And so the room was like, whoa, what just happened? And so then I was like, let me bring it back. So I said, hey man, I'm not mad at you. You're not mad at me. We had a little moment, but here's the thing. These people want to hear the show. How about this? When we're done with the show, you and I can chop it up as much as you want. We can do all that. You know what I mean?
Chappelle got a big round of applause.
And then he was like, all right, man. And then dapped me up and then let me finish the rest of the show. Now, did I chop it up with him after?
No.
Fuck no. I immediately was like, all right, see you
peace out. You may be crazy.
Yeah, you may be crazy.
All right, so comedy, you got into comedy because we're running out of time, but you got into comedy. How'd you get into comedy?
Someone dared me.
And you went up.
How
was it your first time on stage?
I actually did really good. And then, I mean, it like the third set, like I bombed pretty bad. But the only reason why I did good is because there was a
bunch of friends, all your friends come out. Because
I told one homie, I was like, yo, I'm going to do this open mic. And he's like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? And then he told everyone. And so all these people showed up and I was like, So you do great that first night. Then the third night you bomb. Oh man. It was
it was in Louisville.
No, I immediately moved back to Arizona.
Okay, so you went up where?
The Comedy Caravan in Louisville, Kentucky. Open mic.
But I'm saying the time you bombed.
Oh man, my friend had put me on this show where there was a bunch of musicians, and I thought I was just going to open the show, but no, I was the end of the show with all these. Yes, and so the crowd was just like drunk.
They were ready. And
I didn't know. I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to do comedy, and literally, I go up, and as soon as I grabbed the mic, I was like, I don't think this is going to be good. And so these people just started yelling for this band, and I was like, hey, they already played. I was like, I only got 10 minutes, and I didn't even have 10 minutes. I'm like, let me just get through this. And then they were like, kept yelling for the band, and I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I started getting bugged, the anger. You know what I mean?
Anger.
And then the whole crowd just started yelling at me like, yo, tell a joke. You can't tell no jokes. You can't tell no jokes.
They turned on you.
Bruh, and I'm sitting here like cussing them out, like yelling at them. And then I was like, I don't know. I got this from Richard Pryor, but I was like, yo, suck my dick. And then one guy goes, your dick's the joke. And I was like, I don't have a reply for that because I didn't know how to deal with a heckler.
So did you get paid that night?
I did not. I was supposed to do like this interview and all this stuff. They had me like set up with this. They had me in this like dope green room. They was giving me free drinks, and they were like, "Yeah, man, you're Shapel Lacey, man, Shapel Lacey." And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm Shapel Lacey."
After they were like, "Bye." Nobody looked at you.
They didn't even interview me because I had signed like the release to like.
They didn't interview,
bruh. They did not interview me. They were like.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
You're free to go.
Okay, so you do comedy for how many years in Phoenix?
So I had stopped for 2 years after my brother had passed away.
Okay.
And then that was 2014, and I didn't get back on until 2016 because
how old was your brother when he passed?
He was 28.
Oh, wow.
And I was 26 at the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then it was Brent Moore and Jason Collins that got me back on stage. But they didn't know I was depressed and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because in that 2 year period, I kept saying no to everybody every time they asked me to do a show. But Brent was headlining Tempe Improv, and he was like, "You're going up." And then I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
I was like, "I haven't done it." Like, and then I just went up, and that was the first time I said real shit ever. You know what I mean? That was like, I can.
You can talk, man. It's like
and I didn't know that.
It's about Dave Chappelle. It's like if you're not funny, be interesting. Like he says, there's times on stage for funny, and then he goes, but just as powerful is to be interesting. If you're interesting, and what I love is when I tell a real story and people start leaning in.
Yeah,
because they're in it. They are locked. It's silent. They're in it. I love the silence of the crowd when you tell a story to a big ending. Yeah, it just like gets me excited. And that's the thing. If you can pull off both, that's where you want to be.
Oh, I love it. And that's a lot of my life, man. Yeah. You know, that's what I talk about. Like, that's why I'm excited. Like, you know, like right now I'm talking about like a lot of like what I went through like in my 20s and like, you know, like my early, you know, area of the life. And then, you know, I can't wait to talk about, you know, when I get to the stage and talk about what's going on in my 30s. Yeah. And then my 40s. You know what I mean? Like there's just, because it's, I mean, you can constantly learn.
This is what I said. When you tell real stories, like my advice for everybody is like people can outgrow jokes, but they can't outgrow you. So as long as they're invested in you, you're good. If they're invested in your jokes, they might not be invested in you. And look, I'm not a veteran like a Sebastian or Bill Burr. Yeah. This is just my 9 years of doing kind of scene. But I noticed like my mentor, Joe Coy. People go see Joe Coy, not because he's fucking hilarious, but also because his son, you've seen his son from the age of 1 to 13. Yeah. You know, or 14 or 16.
Yes, it's so amazing.
You become a real life sitcom. So now, like, you know, I just came out with my special on Amazon Prime. Check it out, called Blazing. But my second one.
Plug it.
But my second one is my son was just 1. Now he's about, like, in a couple months, he's going to turn 3. So by the time I shoot it, he'll be almost 4. So it's a thing where you'll see this evolution of my life and my family. So if you miss the first one, you'll be like, oh, I gotta go catch up because I love the second one. So that's my thing. That's
beautiful.
That's what I try to tell comedians. It's not about the joke. To me, it's about you. People listen to Sebastian because he's hilarious, but they love him talking about Italian family traditions and from an Italian family's point of view. Yes. That's what they're going. He's not going, hey, badum-chun. He's not, he's telling a story and making that story freaking hilarious. Yes. You know, and I think that's what you do as well. You talk about your real life. Yeah. So you're Brent Morin, 2016. When did I roll through? How long after that?
Not too long after that.
Because I remember it's probably like a month after. Yeah, it was. So then I hit you up. Yeah. And you went up again, but that was at Stand Up Live.
That was at Stand Up Live, yeah.
And then you crushed there.
It was you, Craig, and Leo.
That's right. That's right.
You know what's so funny?
And then, wait. What's his name? We're after us. Shab and Callie.
That's when I met them.
That's right. Yep. I even have the picture of all 4 of us.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yep. I know you went up for me that night. Did you go up for them too?
No.
No, they were just doing a 2-man show.
Yeah, they were doing their 2-man show. But later on, when Brian came back by himself, he threw me up.
That's great.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
You know what's so funny is I saw you. I mean, I probably was only like a couple shows in, but I saw you, Orlando Baxter, and Joe Coy at Stand Up Live.
That's right.
Yep.
We did that. Oh, that was fire.
Yep.
And that's what I love.
Because I'm a big Joe Coy geek.
Oh my God, me too.
I've met him like once, but like, you know, I was just excited, and it was so cool. Like the whole show was just dope,
bangers, man,
bangers. I was like, man, this is comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It got me excited about like doing comedy, and like all you guys like showing me love. Like when I was working at the hotel is what gave me the confidence to move out here.
That's the thing, man. You never know how you can affect someone by doing something nice. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
And just
that's what I'm saying. Y'all have a clue.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Till now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All I knew is that you did comedy and you were very nice. I was like, let me throw you up. I didn't know this backstory, what you were going through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most people don't. And like it's been great because like y'all gave me the confidence, and you also gave me the confidence to understand my life. You know what I mean? And this is the first time, I mean, I'm 32 years old, where I've been completely okay with everything, with my whole relationship with my abusive stepfather. Like,
so y'all are good.
I'll shake his hand, but I mean, we're not good, but like, we're not like homies, but like, cause I mean,
did he ever apologize to you?
No, I don't think, and which I don't expect him to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's something he has to figure out. I don't need the apology, not to feed my ego. I don't have an ego that way. But, you know, if I see him, I shake his hand, I say hi. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We don't talk. I don't have nothing
Has
to
he
talk
ever seen
about.
you on stage?
No.
Okay.
No. Because I talk about him. But like that's my
you know
life.
He's seen clips. Somebody had to show him.
he probably has. But
Okay.
I mean, like that's my story. You know,
is he the type of guy where you have him in your cell phone still?
And I don't have a cell phone right now. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing for us to talk about.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's where you are right now.
There's just things like, okay, so say this: if he died, I'd be sad, and the reason why is because I'd be like, damn, he never got the opportunity I got to better his life.
So you're a good person.
Yeah,
you're a good person.
That's how I feel. Like I mean, like that's.
It took you a while to get to that point, though. And you're probably still working with it. And you probably still every day. You probably
every
still
day.
Yeah.
And the more I work on it, the better. That's something you constantly have to work on. You don't that doesn't just happen and then it's just there. No, you have to like continue to work on it.
All right. So you get to LA, you make the big move to LA. You've been here a year and 5 months.
Yes.
Dude's touring with everybody. Development spots at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy ass story. So many people, I'm gonna say his name wrong too. What's the guy? Andy?
Adam.
Okay. Maybe that's why I'm not passed. No. Okay. I go to Comedy Store sometimes. But Adam is the big wig over there. He passes comedians.
Yeah.
He puts them in development spots. Comedy Store, if you don't know, on a Tuesday night, in any night, is the holy grail of comedy.
Yeah.
I would say even bigger in New York. Bigger than New York because the cellar, because here everybody is here.
Yeah.
All year long, you're going to have pop-ins. Over there, it's like, you know, they got a great, like, here's what's interesting. I go to the cellar, and it's a beautiful club, but the power of a lineup on a Tuesday night here, just about, I mean, you got Sebastian going into Bert Kreischer and the Chris D'Elia and the Bill Burr and the Jim I'm just like, and people are only paying $30 to see this show. Like literally you're paying 50, 60 to $200 to see these comedians by themselves.
On the road.
On the road. You know, and they're still doing 15 minutes, 1/4 of their time.
Yeah.
So you're there, and you meet this white guy walking around the hallway. You just go up to him and compliment him on his shirt. Right? Is that how it happened? You and Adam?
His vest. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
He had a
Did
ginger.
you really not know who he was?
No.
Okay.
Cause like I said, and like I didn't.
What day number was this you were here?
This is my third week of living here.
Third week of living here.
Yeah.
You're going to the Comedy Store at that time?
Yeah, I would go to the Monday nights where you sign up.
You sign up for potluck.
Yeah. And like I didn't get up, you know, the 3 times I went, but I would just sit there and watch.
Yeah.
And then I saw him and I was like, oh man, this is a dope ass patch. I was like, hey man, I'm a big Sonic Youth fan. And he was like, oh no way, you know, he goes, what's your name? I was like, I'm Shapel Lacey. He goes, I'm at Media. I'm the talent director here, and you know, come around, hang out anytime. And I was like, oh, cool. But I didn't know what a talent director was because we don't have that back home. You know what I mean?
Like, no, it's not like that.
Yeah,
you just the owners or the bookers.
Yeah, if you get good with the owners or the bookers, that's
you're
how
gonna
you
work.
That's how you get the work in the club. Yeah. But like, I was just like, oh, okay, all right, man. You know what I mean? And I just left. You know what I mean? And then I saw him again, and like couple days later, I was like, hey man, do you like this band? And I started talking about this band, and he was like, oh my God, I love that band. And
what band was it?
Beach Slang.
Beach Slang?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
I'm gonna go up to Adam and say, man, I saw this Beach Slang, man. That music is so good. Beach Slang. I'd be like, get the F out of my face. Yeah, man, I love that Beach Slang. Man. What kind of music is that?
It's like just punk.
Adam is punk. I love punk, Adam.
It's so dumb. Oh man,
it's the best, Adam. Okay, go ahead.
So then I would so yeah, we were talking about it. We were showing off each other's like punk rock tattoos and all this stuff.
You got punk rock tattoos too?
Yeah, I have Black Flag, I have Misfits, I have Iggy Pop's Raw Power tattoo on my neck.
All right. So you in it.
Oh yeah.
So you had the battle wounds to show him that you believed in punk rock.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is real life.
Okay, this is real.
This is my blood. You know
all right.
So he then he was like, oh man, where you from again? Like, where'd you say you're from? I was like, oh, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And he was like, oh man, I used to work at Tempe Improv for years. And I was like, oh, cool. I wasn't
because they got bought out by the time you started going.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, so I didn't even. And I was like, oh man, you know Casey Courier? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh man, Casey's like my mentor. You know, great guy. You know, he showed me a lot of love in Phoenix. You know, really guided me. And he was like, oh man, I love Casey. And then
you just had a lot in common. You hit it off that way.
Yeah. And then he was like, well, why don't you come by on Monday and I'll throw you up. But I didn't know like what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, okay, cool, man.
So you went by potluck that next Monday?
Yeah.
And you got on?
Yeah. He threw me up. You know, he was just like, hey, man, you do 3 minutes, you know, and you see the light.
How'd you do?
I did really good.
Okay.
I did really good. And then, he was like, hey, man, you know, won't you come back again, you know, cycle through or whatever, or I don't know. And then he was like, I want you to, you know, reach out to me and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. I was like, what's your Instagram? And he was like, my email. And I was like, yeah, right. You have an email. You have an email. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
You're such a millennial.
Yeah. I was like, oh, because I was like,
it's weird. So do I get your note? Yeah. Instagram is safe. Yeah. Instagram is safe. But go ahead. So then y'all just started connecting.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
So then how long did it take you to get to the development spot?
Man, when was that? He had me going through for a while. Like, I think it was,
when you say going through, what does that mean?
Like just coming in like every Monday, like just to see what I had. Like, you know, like, and I would just go up and do like a different set every time, you know, being a talent director.
Anytime you bomb during that 3 minutes, you're like, they're nenever gonna.
There was one time I did and he wasn't there.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
I was like, damn. You know what I mean? But, which that room could be tough on a Monday, especially because like,
you know, Margaret Cho told me the room about that room. It used to be a mafia building, and the reason why that room is so soundproof, and this is the legend, is that they used to kill people in it. So it's a soundproof room. That's why no sound gets out.
Oh, Lordy McGordy.
That's what Margaret Cho told me on the podcast. I don't know. So now I'm sure, Adam, since you're in the development spots, it's helped you build relationships with all the other comedians there too.
Yeah, man. That's how my relationship built with Rogan.
Yeah,
which has been like a really cool thing. And what's unique about that story is that the last conversation I had with my brother before he died was he was in the works of like trying to like get into UFC and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then he passed the next day. And then
how'd he pass, if you don't mind me asking?
Overdose.
Okay. And
so or accidental overdose, the same thing, same overdose. But and so fast forward to, this year, I'm, whenever I do the development spot, I usually just chill, be quiet, just because there's all these big dogs back there. And I usually just sit there.
And you're in the green room.
And then he just started talking to me, and we just got into like this deep conversation and stuff. And then, next thing you know, he started following me on Instagram and then asked if I wanted to come do a spot on his Rogan Friends show. And I was like, oh.
How long ago was that?
I was back in February.
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah, February. That's dope, man.
Yeah. So then, the relationship's been real cool. And then it hit me, man. And I was like, oh, damn. Because I feel like So I consider my brother like my protector.
Yeah.
And I feel like he puts people in my life along the way, like, oh, this will be a good person for to be in your life. You know what I mean? Like even take for instance, like the stuff with the hotel.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. Like I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When shit would happen, like
he's moving pieces around for you.
Yes. Like, you know, cause I always feel like cause he was my protector. We went through the same abuse and stuff like that. And like, you know, he was a protector along the way. So, you know, that was one of the crazy things about like me sitting there with Joe Rogan, commentates for the UFC.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the last conversation I had with my brother.
Crazy.
It is weird. You know,
did you tell Rogan that story?
No, I did not. I did not tell him that story. I always feel weird.
Yeah. It's weird.
You know, like
Rogan,
I don't want, some people like you could like
just tell that to it. It's like,
I don't know how
you don't want to make it awkward either.
I don't want to make that awkward. You know
I tell you, it's weird being around Joe Rogan because he's so big. It's like, it takes, you know, you got a great relationship. So you're like, if I do something, say something stupid, it may ruin it. You know, you get nervous. It's just weird being in that situation. But man, Rogan is the most giving person in the industry. He is like, you know, that person. You go on his podcast, you can blow up. And you go on a regular, you can blow up. You know, like he's launched so many careers from his podcast, and he gives back to the comedy community, and that's why I love him so much. And it's a thing where I'm glad, like, you're performing at his shows. You know, I remember I was at his last show you were on. He goes, you know Chappelle? And I go, yeah, man. And we started talking stories. He's like, he was a fucking professional cheerleader, man. Like, he gets so hyped on it.
He gets so hype on that.
Yeah, he loves that. I think he loves anything that's out of the ordinary.
Yes.
You know, and it's interesting. The choices you have made through your life has put you in this position where the guy that runs the world famous comedy store is a punk rock fan,
dude.
And just randomly, y'all start talking about it. Joe Rogan loves the out of the ordinary, and you were a cheerleader, and now you're in with them. And the people that have fed you through the hotel life, putting you on stage, it's just a crazy story.
And even like, what was I gonna say? It's just such a wild, right? Like even when I reconnected with my biological father, when I was 29, he gave me that confidence that I was talking about earlier that my parents should have gave me, because he was showing me pictures of my grandparents. Oh man! And my grandfather was a guitar player, so that was crazy to me because the whole time I'm playing guitar,
being made fun of, it was part of your DNA.
It was part of my DNA. They were like, he was like, yeah, man, he was rocking at it. Like he played for the church. Like he would just play all the time. And I'm like, I'm sitting here like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of the choices I've made in my life with the things that I've done.
Why did your biological father stay out your life till you were 29?
Oh, he was in prison.
Okay, that's a good reason. That's a good reason.
Yeah, OG. Shout out to my OG father.
Yeah, OG.
Yeah, OG.
Yeah, straight up gangster.
No, like straight up.
Like straight up. Like, okay, we'll move on. Yeah,
right.
What's up, Pops?
Yeah, right.
Number love.
Number love. So he's great. He's all good now.
So, man, I'm proud of you.
Thank you,
You're doing your thing.
I appreciate
I want to bring you back because I know there's more to the story, too, man.
I mean, anytime, man. This is fun.
You killed it at JFL.
Yeah.
I heard great stories about you. What doors have opened so far? I know it's only a couple weeks after, but what doors have opened so far?
Man, it's starting to go on these like auditions and stuff like that, and meeting with like all these what do you call them? TV companies?
Casting directors.
Yeah, like
television broadcast companies.
Yeah, like the generals.
Yeah, generals. You're doing good. Yeah. You got to get in front of people. It's all about generals,
dude.
Man.
Yeah,
because you never know when they come through.
Bro, I've been like being with a lot of people. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Like post JFL has been like nuts for me. Like I quit my job.
Okay.
You know,
what job were you at?
I was at at a hotel
here.
Yeah. Here.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was doing that, and then I mean that only took a matter of time before I was quitting. But like I'm one of those people, like I work just as hard at the hotel as I work at like my comedy and stuff.
Oh, 100%. You put 100% in.
Yeah, I got to.
So what made you get to the point where you could quit the hotel? Did you get a gig to make?
Yeah, it was the E Network.
Okay, so that one gig got you.
And then it's just like open, like,
and then now you're going on tour. So what I love is Craig Conant, which we love.
Yeah, love Craig.
Fired from Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
but now he's supporting himself through comedy. And
Bruh.
it could show you once you're put under a certain circumstance, you can actually make it without the thing you thought you always needed.
Yeah. Well, I tell people the basic thing is just work hard on being funny and work hard at being a good person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's as simple as that. Like you do those things and and do everything you can to be a good person to people. Like people will rock with you. You know what I mean? And you give people a level of understanding of you. You know, the honesty. Like we talked.
It's all about honesty, man.
It's all about be upfront about it. You know what I mean? Be upfront, and it's like it costs nothing to be a good person. Nothing. Free
99.
Free 99.
All right, tell everybody your handles where they can find you at.
Oh, at Shapel Lacey. That's pretty much all of them.
All Shapel Lacey.
Yeah. SHA, P as in Peter, E as in Edward, L, and then LACEY.
There you go. Yeah. All right. And for all you people watching, rate, review, subscribe. It really do me a favor if you do that. It would mean a lot. It really would mean a lot if you did that. No, seriously, if you like the pod, would love the rate, the review, and also the subscribe. Chicago, I'll see you this weekend in September 6th, 7th, and 8th or something around then. I will be at the Miami Improv, so I will see you there as well. Thank you for watching. MichaelYo.com for your tickets. We'll see you next time.